without the approbation of the board.
Yes.
Did you reprimand the president for doing payments without your approval?
Yes, we had a board meeting.
Did you reprimand him? What did you do?
We had a board meeting.
Yeah.
We expressed our concern and we warned him that if he ever did that again, action will be taken.
Okay, just a warning, right?
Yeah, we gave him a warning.
Okay.
Because we are already giving payment and these things were being done in the national interest.
Can you a copy of that warning letter?
Well, I don't know. Again, you see, it's so unfair to me. For me, after 5 years from the oil company, you want me to keep all of those things at no cost. At no cost.
You said, hello. That forms the basis to my question. That forms the basis to my question to you. Yeah. Are you aware that bribery is a criminal offense under our jurisprudence? Are you aware?
I told you again. It was in the national interest. It was expedient to. It was in the national interest. And today, when you see the operation of an oil company and the work they do, you can see that it was in the national interest to make those payments to get our contract going.
My question is not answered. Are you aware that bribery is a criminal offense under our jurisprudence?
It was expedient in the national interest to do so, and that decision was not made only by me. It was not made only by me.
I think, Mr. Chairman, I think the witness is verging on contempt. Yes. Because he's obstructing our work. He's impeding our function. He's not answering my question.
How?
No, Mr. Witness, the question is, are you aware whether even attempting, not even do attempting, it's against our law?
You see,
yes or no?
it's easy with hindsight to sit down and condemn me. But look at the good that has been done with the processing of all the work. Look what good we have done. Supporting the budget, training our people, supporting the university, all of those things. I think they put all the way the bad. I think they put all the way the bad. And it was not only my one decision.
I will stop thus far because my question is being debated.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Witness. We have one representative.
No.
From Newfoundland.
You have a question? No, it's okay.
Now, for me, I got one question.
Mr. Chairman, no. Again, I'm asking. The sharing of revenue by Congress institution is the decision of the board. The auditors have reported that
the former president of Nocal has given verbal instruction to some institutions relative to revenue sharing of Nocal. Are you aware of this?
Being specific, I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Mr. Dr. Fodokroma, relative to the revenue sharing arrangement with TGS, NUPEC, the revenue sharing agreement, that the memorandum that was signed, there was also a member that was signed, but in terms of revenue sharing, we understand nothing was documented from the Vice President's report that the revenue sharing agreement was verbally done, which of course should have been the work of the board to go into such a negotiation. My question is, are you aware of this?
I'm aware that we met an agreement when we took over the leadership of Nocal that existed regarding revenue sharing between TGS, NUPEC, and Nocal. So that is the agreement I'm aware of. We met that agreement there.
Verbal agreement?
No, there was a written agreement. We met that there.
What about the revenue sharing part of it? Because the report is saying that the revenue sharing part of it was verbal.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. All I know, when we took over the leadership of Nocal, we made a document then based on how much they will advance and how much they will get, how much we will get. That document was made there. So,
Okay, yes.
if there's any other document I'm not aware of.
If the AG maybe has.
The AG? Yes, it was.
Yeah, I have a copy of the letter that was written to Dr. Nkrumah by the TGS NOPEC. And I want to read that letter for the Honorable. Yes, okay. Okay, the letter says, Dr. Fode Nkrumah, President CEO, National Oil Company of Liberia, Episcopal Church Plaza, corner of Ashmore and Randall Streets, 1000 Monrovia 10, Liberia. Dear Dr. Nkrumah, reason, lessening of 2D assessment data, revenue sharing of interim sales. This is to confirm our mutual agreement to share revenue received from 2D data lessons during the period from TGS NOPEC achieving US $6.4 million and the signing of a new data management agreement between Nocal and the successful bidder. The agreed revenue sharing percentage is 40 to TGS and 60 to Nocal. The above revenue sharing is agreed upon. That's the letter based on when we communicated with the TGS NOPEC authorities. They informed us that there was a verbal amendment to the contract after the first contract expired. And then based on that, he communicated with Dr. Nkrumah indicating TGS through Mr. David Hicks. His title here is Vice President. Thank you.
Okay, can you comment on that?
Yes.
Yes.
As I said earlier, I'm aware of the first agreement that we met over there. I am not aware of any second agreement. I'm aware of the first agreement. I'm not aware of the second agreement. I'm sure when Dr. Nkrumah comes, he will address himself to that issue. Thank you.
On the same TGS.
Yeah, the same TGS. You know, this public hearing is intended to get the fight as related to the applications of public fund or finances. And also is intended for the public to have an insight of what Nocal is doing. And also the individual that are assigned with responsibility to those places. For the benefit of this hearing, I want you to tell this group what is TGS NOPEC and what is Liberia's relationship with them through Nocal and what benefit Liberia as a country intend to accrue from them. And also, we would like to know whether is there any obligation to TGS NOPEC or liability, or is there anything that is receivable from TGS NOPEC? Can you let us know?
TGS NOPEC.
Yes.
Again, probably the Vice President for Technical Affairs, Mr. Tano, will be able to give you more explanation because he is the technician. But as far as I know, TGS was a company that was contracted to do the surveys under the sea, it's deep water, and that company has the capability to go with its instrument under the sea and determine where there may be possibility of oil. And it is very costly to do it. And when they started operation, the Liberian government had no money to even do the first step. So that company was contracted to make the money available to do the work. And in return, they will sell the information to people who are interested, and they will take a portion, and Nocal will take a portion. And they will continue to do that until they have amortized the money that was agreed upon. After they have amortized that, then any other money will come to us. That was the agreement, first agreement we met there. So maybe Mr. Tano,
Yes.
who was the technician,
Mr. Tano
can throw more light on it. I'm not a technician.
Witness Tanu, can you just elaborate on the TGS?
Is there any liability to TGS, Nocal, or they have any receivable?
Are they saying TGS no back?
Yeah, we have any application.
Huh?
Liability to them, or they have.
I wouldn't know that. I'm not there.
So, no, let's Witness Tanu.
So I just want to comment on TGS. That's very important. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, TGS NOPEC is a company, as he said earlier, that in essence helps the Liberian government, helps Nocal. Since the Liberian government or Nocal has no money to do these seismic interpretations, TGS NOPEC, through the interaction that started with past Chairman Urey and others, have been willing through that interaction to put up the money for the survey to be done. And Nocal puts up zero. So as you were trying to get to understand, zero liability, none. They put up the money, and all they ask is, in return, according to the contracts and some of the contracts we have today, all they ask is, as we lease the information, is the mic working now? Yeah. As we lease the information, part of the funds from the leasing will go to help us pay ourselves back in a way. And of course, part will come to us at, in essence, zero expense to us. So there, I just wanted to touch on that no liability situation. Not at all.
Okay, Witness Tanu, can you please give us the technical aspect of TGS? Okay.
Chairman and member of the PAC, I will be brief because the technology and acquiring the seismic data will be a very long discourse if we want to discuss that. But in short, seismic data acquisition is a technology that is used in a frontier area like us where much information is not available. They use it to gather information geologically so that they can have information that can guide them in their petroleum exploration program. So TGS is one company worldwide that is known to be doing that. So they came out, like the previous speaker,
in front of the members of the National Legislature. So when to compose yourself in that capacity, your hands in your pocket, and that's not acceptable.
Mr. Chairman and member of the PAC, I take note of your advice and will do accordingly. As I was saying, seismic acquisition technology is one of the first things that geologists and geophysicists will want to use so that they can acquire the first information that they will use as a guidance in looking for petroleum anywhere under the earth. That can be supplemented later by wells and other information, other technology that they may have at their disposal. So TGS is an international company that is well known for this technology, and so they were hired knowing that we do not have the technology, one, and even the finance to do so. And as the previous speaker rightly stated, they invested the money. I will dwell on the technology, how much I may not know in detail. I don't want to be guessing on an oath.
So the vice president for finance can tell that.
I do hope so.
The photo reads.
I hope so. I say the technology to acquire the data will be something that I can clearly speak, especially under the present condition on an oath. Speak clearly and boldly on that. But finance, I beg for your pardon, I will not be able to say how much of that.